Have you been ruminating over your relational trauma for far too long? Has this constant cycle of stress and anxiety led to binge eating and binge watching series on Netflix in the guise of self-comfort, only leaving you to feel tired and fatigued when you wake up the next day? Has this constant anxiety led to binge eating, weight gain, lack of sleep, brain fog, and the inability to focus on anything outside of this narcissistic abusive relationship that you're either in or recovering from? You see, those that are suffering from relational trauma have a plethora of nutrient deficiencies and health issues that are making dealing with narcissistic abusive relationship even worse and allowing that narcissistic abusive partner to even take more advantage of you when you're highly anxious. Those that are suffering from relational trauma have high levels of your stress hormone called cortisol, high blood sugar, increased weight gain, and even poor sleep. You see, when it comes to chronic stress, or when you're constantly in this fight or flight mode, which we call the sympathetic nervous system, your body does not know how to relax. And when cortisol is constantly elevated, it increases your blood sugar, causing blood sugar fluctuations in the body. And when your blood sugar is up, it tells your body to crave and binge eat on sugar, but it also tells your body to store all the energy and food that you're eating as fat. Other issues that you have when you're suffering from relational trauma is poor sleep that's caused by mineral deficiencies such as magnesium and deficiencies in things like omega-3 fatty acids. So rest assured, keep watching this video and I'll show you the evidence-based nutritional strategies to help you to allow yourself to deal with the triggers of relational trauma the best and even hopefully get away, thrive, let go, heal, and find your happiness. So my name is Naveen Khan. I am the Chief Product Formulator and Chief Scientific Officer here at Promethean Wellness. And I'm here today to talk to you about our phenomenal evidence-based stress and anxiety bundle. Our stress and anxiety bundle is formulated with 5 evidence-based products to help you to reduce cortisol, reduce blood sugar, boost positive mood, enhance cognitive function, and allow your body to heal and combat inflammation. So first, I want to talk about our Ashwagandha Pro. Ashwagandha Pro is designed to deal with one of the biggest causes of chronic inflammation, anxiety, binge eating, poor sleep, and sugar cravings, and that's high levels of your stress hormone called cortisol. You see, research has shown that ashwagandha will lower cortisol levels in adults and those that are stressed out. And by doing so, you have balanced blood sugar, reduced sugar cravings, reduced fatigue, reduced inflammation, and enhanced cognitive function. Another product that I want to talk about that is directly correlated to those that have PTSD and relational trauma are omega-3 fish oil. You see, when you're deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, it will actually slow down the rate and growth at which your brain and nerve cells can grow by up to 30%. And research has shown that those that are suffering from relational trauma are not only deficient in omega-3 fatty acids, but when you would give those that have relational trauma and PTSD 2 grams of fish oil supplementation per day, it actually reduced depressive symptoms by 35% and suicidal ideation by over 40%. Let that sink in for a second. That is peer-reviewed clinical research. Now I want to talk about some other health issues and nutrient deficiencies associated with relational trauma, chronic stress, and inflammation. And hence the word inflammation is our anti-inflammatory pro. You see, when those that have relational trauma and PTSD are constantly stressed out, it increases the blood sugar like we talked about, but that increases chronic inflammation in the body. And when you have chronic inflammation in the body, it increases inflammation in the brain and inhibits the rate at which your brain and nerve cells can communicate to each other. We call this neuronal transduction. So basically, when inflammation is up in the brain, it tells your nerve cells to not be able to communicate as effectively. Think of your brain cells as a telephone wire. Well, think about when you have chronic inflammation, that's as if a storm caused a tree to fall on those telephone wires, right? Well, they don't work anymore. No different than inflammation in your brain, and then the nerve cells cannot communicate effectively and optimally. Now, the next product that I want to talk about is one of the most common mineral deficiencies in the United States, but particularly prevalent among those that are suffering from relational trauma, and that's our magnesium. You see, magnesium is essential for promoting what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. When you're constantly dealing with stress and anxiety and always thinking about your abusive narcissistic partner, your body is in constant fight or flight mode. We call that the sympathetic nervous system. So think of the parasympathetic nervous system as the opposite of the sympathetic nervous system. So in order to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, you need magnesium. And in fact, magnesium is often the root cause of why most people can't go to sleep. You see, here at Promethean Wellness, we don't just overdose you on melatonin to address the root cause of why you can't go to sleep. And what's the root cause of why you can't go to sleep? Magnesium deficiency, preventing you from getting into that relaxative state of mind, the parasympathetic nervous system, high blood sugar, high cortisol, and when cortisol is elevated, it prevents melatonin production. Now, I want to talk about our next product, and that is our Anti-Anxiety Pro. You see, Anti-Anxiety Pro is one of the products that has over 22 evidence-based ingredients to help you to reduce cortisol but combat anxiety. And two of the ingredients I want to highlight is L-theanine and GABA. GABA, think of that as the brakes for your brain. GABA allows you to take that deep breath and allows what we call the frontal lobe of your brain to relax. So it will stop all of those racing thoughts. And L-theanine is coming from the green tea, and it allows you to lower cortisol, combat inflammation, but also boost positive mood. So all of these products that I just talked about and the root causes of all the issues that you're dealing with is the reason why it's time for you to finally do this for yourself. You see, dealing with relational trauma, oftentimes you will overeat as comfort. We are here to stop that psychological lie that your brain and the anxiety and the stress from your relational trauma is telling you. So it's time for you. Take that journey with us. Embark on the supplements. Embark in the free lifestyle guide we have. It's your time. It's finally time you did this for you. So hurry up, click below, and purchase our stress and anxiety bundle. It's time for you to let go, heal, and find your happiness.